Hey everyone, I'm TH Pine and welcome to Star Vikings. What is Star Vikings, you ask? I like to call it a tactical turn-based Space Vikings snail slaying game. It's gonna be available in September and this is what it looks like. So this is our party of Space Vikings, so our heroes of the game, and those are a bunch of snails we have to kill. They're not necessarily evil, but I think they're mind-controlled if I understood the story correctly, and there are also some evil pirate snails, but those are not the ones we're countering here. This one might actually putrid snail. No, I think it's just poisonous. Anyway, they're all mind controlled, and so they will attack us. Luckily, we're pretty good at killing snails, so that's good for us. There are different win conditions for every level. In this one, we have to advance 5 stages. Advancing means we have to go to the right side of the screen with all our Vikings. And this means we have to get rid of a bunch of snails first and those sort of traps. So what we do is we can move them step by step, or multiple steps at once, in fact, and we can attack things. Like, for example, we can attack this plant. So we can move over here and we can attack it, or we could do it in one move. Doesn't really matter. And that gives us some gold because it's a gold plant for some reason. I don't know. You can't see the gold counter, it's behind the webcam. I'm sorry, but it's not that important, really. So that's how you attack. You could do this with those snakes, but if you take a look here, when hit, attacks the space in front of it. So if I would take Pluto over here, which is the name of this Viking, and attack this snail, he would get bitten back because he only deals 1 damage, if I'm not completely mistaken. I can't actually check this here, which is a little silly. But yeah, there's some UI issues with this game, but I'm going to talk about that later. Anyway, so the snail would bite back and deal some damage to Pluto. He's quite tanky, he's the tank of the party, so he would probably survive it, but there are better ways of getting rid of snails, because all our Vikings have special abilities. And a very important one, this one, I forgot his name actually, but he has a mortar ability. And that means we can shoot. Shooting costs 1 energy, and it will deal damage to a snail. And let's just, well, I don't know. Let's just, actually, no, let's not use him, because we could, well, so what we could do, we could shoot this snail, which would cause a chain reaction, and hit all those snails. But we can do something better. This Viking has a pretty useless ability, called Trapper. It's not useless, but it's not as useful as the others, I feel. But in this level, it might be useful. So it allows us to attack one of those traps instead of anything, which the other Viking can do. So his ability is just better, in my opinion. I'm not sure. The problem is there's no way to look up the ability anywhere in the game right now. So I'm not quite sure if there's some nuance to the ability I don't know about. But from what I've seen, his ability is just better. However, he has 2 attacks, so it might be balanced that way. So anyway. So he deals 2 damage is what I mean when he attacks the snail. So what we're going to do is we hit this trap, and this will fire a bullet against this snail, and this causes a chain reaction. All those snails take 1 damage. And that's good because, as mentioned, he deals 2 damage, so he can just kill all of them without taking a hit. However, we still have some things to worry about. There's this thing which will attack everything which gets close to it, so we have to kill it before he moves over there, and the same for those 2. What's a good move? We could probably, yeah, let's just use the trap ability again. It's probably unnecessary, we could do it differently, but let's do it for the moment. So to get rid of that thing, that's good. So now he's free now. We could just move through. I guess there's no point in not doing it. So let's just do that. It demonstrates the fighting a little bit as well. So we just move through here. Oh yeah, I did mention Vikings can only move to the right. Only in this direction. Well, in this direction. I'm sorry. No, this direction, this one, only to the right. Yeah, it's mirrored for me, so sorry. But, so, they can only move to the right, so they cannot move up or down or back or whatever. They can only move forward because they're Vikings. Makes sense. So he advanced already, and the others have not, though. So, what we're gonna do is we hit this trap, that's for sure. That will trigger this one once. So this is down to 2 HP, so we only have to take 1 HP down from this one to fight it securely. This should be really easy. Actually, we have enough energy to just shoot what we need to shoot. So let's start with shooting this one. This will wait, let's check the text first. When hit, attacks all adjacent spaces. So this will not adjust attack in front of it, it will attack in all directions. So it will hit this snail as well. There we go. That will eat the plant and destroy this one. Why did it just? Well, I forgot what was there, but it died anyway. So then we need 1 shot here, I guess, to get rid of this one. So we have 3 more shots. We can go yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna shoot this one twice. And then we're gonna shoot this chest to pick up the item which is in there. Actually, we can't pick up the item right now because our inventory is full. We have items. Those are consumables. I guess we just use this one on this Viking because it gives him a permanent, well, not permanent buff, but a buff until he gets attacked again. We could pick up the item if the inventory is full, but then it will be converted into gold. I would prefer to have the item. So, okay, now we can move him through. Cool. And now we'll demonstrate his special ability. Actually, he has two special abilities. Well, one which has an upgrade which gives it a different or an alternative use. So his basic ability is he can push things around. So I can activate it by clicking on him, then click on the snail and push it downwards. Anything in adjacent spaces. Thanks to an upgrade, he can actually pull as well, which means stay away. Yeah, I can go over here. And I will just use it for demonstrating purposes because it doesn't really matter right now because this one will take 1 damage from the trap. So we can pull anything that is 2 spaces away, or actually this one as well, down. So we could pull this one down here or over there, or we can pull, the trap towards us, for example, and then we can hit it. We could have done that without the pull, obviously, but I want to demonstrate the ability. And now we advance with all of our 3 Vikings. Between well, stages of the level, or every time we advance to the next stage, they will regenerate all the energy. So we have all the energy back, but they will keep their damage. So if they take damage, they will not heal between if you don't use items or something along those lines. So this is a little bit more complex. By the way, those are at least semi-randomly generated. So yeah, they will be different every time you play, but the overall difficulty of the level will be around the same, I believe. So, okay, this is really unfortunate because there's this trap in the way which will deal damage when we trigger it, and there's no real way not to trigger it. So I'm thinking about pushing something in the way so that it takes damage instead of the trap. I'm not sure if that's a good idea though, but because I want to keep those things together so I can get a good chain reaction. I'm actually... What we're gonna do for sure though is we're gonna use the trap's ability to activate this trap. Actually, we don't have that to do that at all. Well, let's do it anyway to kill this snail. Because, like, as said before, the trap ability is not that useful anyway. So whenever I see a spot where it is at least semi-useful, I use it to not waste energy of the other Vikings if possible. So I'm thinking about doing a big chain reaction over here. What's the best starting point? I'm not 100% sure. Probably just this one, I guess. No, or this one. We could do the math, but I really don't want to now. So let's just guess and say this one is better. So this will cause a big chain reaction. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, he took the damage from the trap. I couldn't avoid that without, well, having other problems, I guess. Okay, so those are all dead or on 1 HP, which is good. He's almost dead as well, though, so I have to be a little careful with him. We have still 4 shots left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we will take at least 1 damage from this guy. So a better way of doing it, yeah, obviously we can just push this one away, so we don't need to kill this one. So I'm gonna shoot this one twice. Actually, it's enough to shoot it once to get rid of this one because we can push 2 units because Pluto has 2 energy left, so he can push this one and this one out of the way. So we can use the last shot to, well, first we use 1 shot to kill the snail. Oh yeah, I completely ignored the treasure snail. Basically, you have to kill it before the timer runs out, and if you don't, it will just go away. But I didn't saw a good way of killing it this turn or in this situation, so I just ignored it. And now I'm gonna shoot the plant down here, and that should be enough to... Oh, I forgot to... Oh, I have to shoot this one, but I still have enough energy, so we're lucky. I can shoot this one, so he can one-shot it. Let's let him go through. There we go. The treasure snare just disappeared. He goes through. Those 2 guys going to start fighting as well. And now we move stuff out of the way with his ability. You can drag and drop, or you can click. Usually clicking is a little bit more comfortable. The dragging doesn't work well from time to time. I couldn't find out if there will be a mobile version of this. I don't think so. This is primarily PC, but there might be. I would imagine it could have a mobile version later on, but it's developed primarily for PC. So there's that. It looks a little bit mobile-esque, especially with the drag and drop stuff and the big UI things and stuff like that. But that's more like a thematic choice, I guess, and not a technical limitation of a touch screen or a small screen in general. Because, as mentioned, it's PC. It's PC primarily. Okay, so next level. How do we do this? We still have our items. We don't have to use them. They will persist through levels, so it's good to keep them because they cost gold, and yeah, gold is a limited resource as well. I have a lot of gold, but yeah. One of my biggest issues with the game right now is the difficulty curve, because the game is really easy so far for all the main missions, and I found one challenge mission so far. We will see them later. Which is really hard that I can't beat right now. So it's a little strange. I have those really easy levels, so this one is really simple. Like, again, I took 1 damage so far, but that should be fine. Just because of an unlucky setup. I was not challenged to lose one of the main story missions so far at all. And yeah, so the difficulty is a little bit weird, but I like the mechanics of it all. I'm trying to play while talking, but I can't. So let's just continue focusing on the game. I'm gonna critique later. So how do we get through this? We can shoot this. So this is a little bit more tricky. A little bit more tricky, actually. That's usually how it goes. You say something is easy and then it gets hard. I mean, we definitely want to use the trapper ability here. That makes sense, because that's the only real traps around. We can shoot this one, but it will not do anything. We can just kill it with Pluto later on. So it doesn't really matter. So probably it's a good idea to use Pluto's ability to get things together, so we can get a little better chain reactions. Not 100% sure how to do that yet, but I'm gonna figure something out. So having one snail down here would be good. Then again, we still have this one over here, so that's kind of annoying. Not that easy, actually, to get a good combo here. Like, pushing down this one is not that useful, but then again, we have to probably kill it anyway. So I guess we have to take a bunch of damage eventually. I don't see a way around this. I would like to get this one out of the way, but that's gonna be hard as well, because we have to get there first before we pull it. The reason is I don't want to take damage on him, because then he dies. So we have to prevent all damage he could take, which is not that easy, because this means we have to trigger all of them. I mean, we can do it with 2 shots easy, sure, but 2 shots here will leave us a bunch of problems lying around in the other 2 lanes. So this is actually a little bit more tricky. There's probably a pretty good way I'm just not seeing right now. I mean, we can shoot. I guess we're just gonna take some damage with Pluto. It's probably the best thing we can do. I mean, getting this in here, maybe killing this, and pulling this one up. Is that actually helping a lot? Yeah, it is, because it will actually, with the 1 shot, kill the whole line over here. So that would actually be pretty good, because it triggers twice, because it will attack this one, which attacks back, and then will cause another chain reaction to the front. So pulling this one up sounds like a really good idea, so I'm gonna try doing that. Not quite sure what the best way to get there is, though. We probably have to just take a bunch of damage, I assume. And we also have to do 2 shots down here. So let's do those first. We're gonna deal 2 shots down here. Use 2 shots down here. Because if we don't, this guy will have problems. So let's make sure we have those. Then we need 1 shot for this line. Actually 2 to get rid of those as well. Yeah, okay, I guess that's still a thing we want to do. So 2 shots for this line. So we have 1 shot left for the top line, which means we're gonna shoot this one and then take a bunch of damage. Probably the best thing we can do, I assume. Let's go with that. We could actually use his items, I guess. Energy potion, that would help quite a bit, or 1 damage for the rest of the turn. That would be good as well. Which one do I want? How far do I get with 2 more shots? 1, 2. I still take 1 hit. if I take another damage on Pluto, I'm still taking a hit, I think. I can insta-kill this one. I will push down this one, but this one will still hit me once. So it doesn't really matter. And I feel like this one is more... this item is cheaper than the extra damage item. So we're gonna do that. We shoot this one once more. Then we kill it. We move forward, push this one down. Then we shoot this one. No! Oh no, it was fine. Okay. I thought we would be down to 1 energy now. But we're okay. We take 1 hit here, or Pluto does. And then we move over here and pull this one up. I hope I did this correctly. Okay, now let's move Pluto out of the way, or he will take damage from this snail. And now we hit this one twice, and we should be okay. There we go. This looks good. That was actually one of the more interesting levels I've encountered, or stages I have encountered so far. Interesting. Cool. So it seems like the game picks up a little bit of pace right now. So that's good, because so far it was pretty trivial. Actually, I played this level before. It's the last level I unlocked so far. Because right now I'm kind of in a stuck situation. I will explain that as soon as we finish this level. Which is 2 more screens. I hope I can complete those a little quicker now. Okay, can we use a trapper in a useful way? Triggering this one is always good, but it will get triggered anyway, probably. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't hurt to do either, though. So I guess we can do that. We could trigger this one. That's not really doing much. Or this one. Is this... Oh, triggering this one is actually good, because it gets rid of this snail. Yeah, that's good. Let's do that for sure. So we trigger this one. That kills the poison thingy. And the other one is pretty pointless. Let's just use it on this, or this, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, it's not completely pointless, I guess, because this one takes damage. Might have been good, I'm not sure. Okay, this is a treasure chest. We get items in there, so that's gonna be useful. I guess we just activate some big chain reaction. Actually, wait a moment. If we move Pluto over here and take down 1 damage, we can pull this one down or push it down and then get an even better chain reaction. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, not sure if it's the best move, but it seems to be an efficient way of doing it. And we got lucky. He has a skill that prevents damage in I think 20% of the cases or something along those lines. Let's just stay there in case we have to still push something. And now we're just gonna start with. Is it really... Wait, those have 4 HP. If we attack this one, it takes this one once, twice. That's not gonna bring it down to 1. If we start with this one, it takes 1 more damage. Because it takes 1 damage, attacks this one, attacks back. Actually, yeah, and this one as well. It might actually die anyway, because this one attacks it back as well. It should be fine starting here, though. So let's just do that. See what happens exactly. Big chain reaction. Actually, I should have attacked this one, apparently. God damn it. Well, we still have 4 shots left. This lane is clear. Let's just move through. Why not? Because we still have 1 push, so we can just push this one away. So we should be completely fine. We attack this one twice, or shoot it twice, I should say. Oh, what's that? Never saw that before. Makes target monster attack. Oh, interesting. So you can trigger an attack without using the shoot ability. It will not deal damage though, so. And there we go, that should be it. Cool. That was a nice chain reaction we got going there. Oh yeah, you get XP for kills and chain reaction stuff as well. Because those can level up, which gives them extra abilities and upgrades and stuff like that. Okay, that's a bunch of gold over here. Can we trap something? Or use the trapper ability, I should say. Now, those traps are all pretty useless. Usually because I can just trigger them anyway. It's important for traps that look in the direction of the heroes, or for traps that are in lanes I cannot reach, like the upper and the lower lane right now. But those ones are pretty pointless. They're not even aiming at something useful. Like this one does, but it will just take damage whenever this one is getting attacked from a combo or something. Like taking this one, for example, or when I trigger this trap by running through it, basically. So yeah, the trapper will not be of much use here. So what do we do instead? I guess we have to take a little damage, but it's the last stage anyway, so we should be fine. We should be fine after if we take some damage. Actually, we could kill all Vikings except for one, and only let him through. That would actually win us the game as well, I think. Which feels like cheating, but it might give an XP penalty potentially. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so how do we do this? I mean, we could trigger this one, I guess, or this one. Doesn't really matter because we don't care for this one. Which will trigger this one. Not brilliant, but probably one of the best combos we can get. Shooting this one sounds like a good idea as well. Yeah, taking this one is really good, definitely, because it will deal damage to those, which is very, very useful. And we have to deal damage to these anyway. So this one will bring, if I shoot this one, it will bring those two into killable range. Remember, he has 2 damage, he has 1. Shooting this one will bring this one down. Shooting this one will be important as well. I guess we have to kill this with a shot if we don't want to take the damage, so let's do that. Because there's no adjacent snail I could use. I don't see a good way of pushing things around here. We can push this one out of the way. That's a good use of an energy point, I assume. And, I mean, this one will at least get the deal damage to 3. So I guess we do 1 damage here, and actually we have to hit this one or he will die. So that's a potential problem. Can we solve that with pushing somehow? I mean, we can pull him out of the way. That works. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I shoot this one twice, I guess. Oh, actually, 1 was enough. Not sure where he took another damage. Interesting. I missed something, apparently. Somehow he took another damage. Well, that's good, because that means we have enough energy to shoot all of them without relying on the pull. Which would have been okay as well, obviously. Okay, let's just go through. There we go. What I would like to see is like a just move all Vikings to the right button, would just finish up this whole screen by just moving forward as quickly as possible. There we go. The game has a really awesome soundtrack. I'm gonna show you the main soundtrack in the title screen in a moment as well. I think it might be this one actually. No, I think it's no, it's not this one, but it's similar. But it has vocals. But in the levels, it doesn't have any music at all, for some reason. I'm not sure what that is about. That's really strange. I guess it's because this is still a beta version. This is not the final product, but it's fairly close to release, so it's not gonna be that much more stuff, I guess. Because I don't think this is gonna be early access, at least not from what I could tell from the store page. So, yeah. So he leveled up. Sigurd is his name, and this one is Torque. So we're gonna click him and level up. And you have a weird skill tree. You have two lines, 2 branches in this tree. The left one, which will give you a bunch of basic stat upgrades. So this one gave me 1 extra, or will give me 1 extra energy if I take it. This one will give me 1 extra life, 1 extra damage. What's the last one? 1 extra life. Not the same for every Viking, by the way, but it's always stat upgrades left and improving your special ability on the right. So we picked this one already. Opportunities, 15% chance of recovering 1 energy when activating traps or destroying gold containers. And now we can pick one of those. The thing is, to unlock those, I have to go down this branch, or to unlock those, I have to go down this branch. It's not completely clear from the UI here, but that's how it works. So since I unlock this, which you can't really tell actually, it's glowing a little bit. So yeah, the UI is not brilliant. Let's just put it that way. But since I got this one on the first level, I can now, or on the second level, I guess, you start on level 1, and I got level 3 now, I can choose one of those, and I want one of those. I looked ahead, that's why I picked this one in the first place. Jump over the next square ahead if the following one is free, or jump to a lane next to you. This replaces Trapper. Oh! That's not the one I was looking for, but that sounds interesting. Cool. Trap Master. The Trap skill allows you to rotate the trap. Oh yeah, that was the one I was looking for, because this makes traps way more useful. But this one sounds really cool as well. Jumping in a different lane? Wow. Or over, like, yeah, over the next square. That's really cool. I think I'm gonna take that. That sounds really useful. Okay, now you can't trap anymore, but whatever. I'm gonna show you the skill trees of the other ones really quickly. I was going down stats for this one because his skill is so good that I wanted the energy, and getting extra damage on the last level, really useful as well, obviously. You get a bunch of skills here as well, but those are not as, at least the first level is not as great. 50% chance to gain energy on each kill, okay, I guess. 20% chance for an enemy you kill to explode, dealing damage to all enemies around it. Not terrible, but the thing is you cannot rely on them because they're percentage based, so that's a problem. The mortar skill deals +1 damage. That's kind of cool. Then again, this could actually be a problem because it makes it harder to create more useful chain reactions. Ricochet, deal 1 damage to target objective anywhere on the board and to target object adjacent to it. This guy replaces mortar. So, do 1 damage to target object anywhere on the board. So this is mortar, and to target object adjacent to it, this skill is... So is this AoE? Do I understand this correctly? I guess. Let's take a look at the last one. See, 15% chance to gain 1 energy when using a skill. This one is terrible. It's just so luck dependent. You cannot rely on it at all. And that's really, like, this is a party buff, but again, it's a 10%. You cannot rely on it, which makes them really bad in my opinion. Because, like, I don't really understand. I don't feel like the percentage-based skills fit into the gameplay. They feel weird to me because the gameplay is so predictable in so many ways. Like, you can plan out the whole level before you play it, before you make your first move. You can just plan it out, or you can do it step by step, as I kind of did in this video. But I was still planning a lot before actually moving. And if you have percentage, and I think that makes this game kind of interesting. This is actually a strength of the game, that you can plan those cool chain reactions and stuff like that. If you have to take in consideration percentage-based skills that could give you back energy or whatever, that's a little strange. But I know, I think that it would be more cool to have more interesting skills there instead of those percentage-based thingies. Anyway, so we complete the side quest, level up Sneaky to level 3, which is good. That gives us a bunch of gold, I think. Our main quest is to save fuel. Fuel is beer, yes, Space Vikings, or Star Vikings. Oh yeah, it says beta version down here, by the way. So, yeah, we got 500 gold. Okay, that's not a lot. A powerful Valkyrie can be very... Oh, we got... No, we don't have the Valkyrie. Like, Valkyrie? How do you pronounce that? Valkyrie? I'm not sure what the English pronunciation of that is, sorry. How do I get this? I get her. I need her. I need her to play this level. I met her in a cutscene before, but I think I get her when I play the next level or something. But I didn't unlock her for my party yet, which is a little strange. So this is why I'm kind of... Sorry, my nose is tickling like crazy. Let me first demonstrate the title screen because it's music, because it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. It reminds me a little bit of the Awesome Nauts soundtrack, which is probably because they both have kind of the same inspiration of like 90 cartoons or something along those lines. Okay, while we're here, let's take a look at the option menu. So there's a pre-game launcher which allows you to change resolution, monitor, like it's a Unity launcher, resolution, monitor, full screen, or window. No borderless window, as usual for those Unity launchers, unfortunately. And I think there's quality presets as well. Yeah. And then we have English here, language here, and oh, yeah, you can switch between those three. Okay, cool. Portuguese, English, and what's that? Brazilian, I guess. It might. No, wait, this might be. It's Brazil. Is this a troll language? I think this is a troll language. I don't think this is a real language. This seems to be memes or something along those lines. Okay, we have separate sound sliders, which is good. We can clear the progress and go to the credits, and that's it. So not a brilliant option menu, but you don't need much. I mean, the game doesn't have keyboard control, so rebinding is not a big factor. Would be nice to have keyboard control, actually, now that I think about it. Anyway, so the situation I'm in right now is I cannot play this level because it requires 8 fuel. I don't have 8 fuel, I have 1 fuel, so I have to gather fuel first. For that, I have some challenge missions open to me. This one, which I cannot start because I need the Valkyrie, level, at level 1. I don't have her at all, so I cannot play this mission. It rewards 5 beer though, so this might be pretty useful for continue. How do I get her then though? That's weird. I assume I can maybe hire her there, but there's another challenge level in the way I cannot complete right now because, or I cannot attempt. Actually, I can attempt, but it's really hard. I could try beat this, but it's really tough because it has 2 modifiers. It actually gives 5 beer as well. This one means every snail will deal 1 extra damage, and this one means every snail has 2 extra life points. This one is really tough. I tried to beat this, it felt impossible. I surrendered quite early, actually. But since the other character just leveled, I guess I have another choice now, because this unlocked this level, which is a challenge level, which required the Trapper be level 3, and we have that now, so we could finally play this one, which gives 5 beer as well. Still not enough though, so this will not actually advance us at all. Huh. Unfortunate. But it gives 2000 XP, which sounds pretty good. So maybe this gets the tank to level 4. Oh wait, I got that already. Yeah, I think this one was locked behind the tank, has to be level 4 or something. Is the tank level 4? I don't think he is. He is, okay, yeah. So this is the loadout screen. You can change the party. Oh, we have the Valkyr! Okay, I'm an idiot. The game didn't make that super clear, I guess. But we have the Valkyr, okay. Then I take back everything I said. We can actually advance. Cool. Okay, so this is the Valkyr. Again, there's no way of telling what her special ability actually is. Or I can't find it at least. There is no explanation of her skill anywhere. Of the skills she can learn, yes. But what is hers? What does she use energy for? I don't know. And this stat is completely missing in-game as well. I can't see the damage in-game. I can see it here. 1 damage on the Valkyrie. I think all of them have 1 damage except for him. Yeah, you can actually see it here with icons as well. But no way of telling that in-game. Or at least it's hidden so hard that I can't find it. So I guess it's good to swap them out now so we can actually attempt that one level. I'm not gonna play it in this video, but anyway. So yeah, there are also ship upgrades. I only have 1, which added an extra party slot, bunk bed. But I guess you can find more. There also are supposed to be heads. I couldn't find one so far. I guess they are unlocked a little later in the game. And yeah, you have the item management down here. So you can unlock 2 more slots for your backpack as well. And you can go to the shop here, down here, for example, to actually buy items if you want to from this old grandma lady in the armor suit. I'm not sure. And he has a cyborg eye, I just noticed. Interesting. The art style of the game is very special, I would call it. I kind of like it though, it's pretty cool. The theme in general, Star Vikings, is pretty amazing, obviously. Well, it's not like super original, but it's cheesy enough to be amazing, in my opinion, at least. There are cutscenes as well between, or after certain levels. The story is really weird. It's completely bullshit, obviously. Like, the whole theme of the game is to be funny and crazy stuff and things like that. There's a, your starship computer is called Odin. I forgot what it stands for, but it's basically an abbreviation for something, ODIN. And basically, the snail pirate stole the artifact we had, which is a golden snail. We got it from somewhere, I don't know. I think it's never explained. And he used it to start Ragnarok, the end of the world, or something along those lines. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, we have to kill the snails, that's it. So, you can buy items here, we can actually buy upgrades here. Ha! I'm discovering new things in this video, always good. More pockets, and that's useful, let's buy that. Cool. So now we can buy another item. I like this one pretty much. It gives, I like it pretty much. I like it a lot. That's what I wanted to say. It gives 2 extra damage. It's pretty cheap. This one is pretty good as well. It prevents an attack. This one is super useful though. I think we're gonna go with the extra energy. It's always good. Because it's, yeah, those are predictable as well. But I can do, like, I can shoot twice with this, which is very useful. What's this again? Oh yeah, I can swap 2 non-Viking objects. That's really interesting as well, actually. Has a bunch of very niche uses, I guess, but can be good. So, yeah, overall, I kind of like this. I have a problem with the difficulty curve. The main storyline levels are all super trivial up to this point, and this challenge mission is ridiculously hard. It's a little weird to find a good balance, but actually, we played this level before. Also the one you saw, it was this level, and that actually was kind of challenging on the second playthrough now. And the first one, it was pretty easy. As mentioned earlier, those are at least semi-procedurally generated, so it's a little, we got a bit little... I might have gotten a little lucky on the first run, I guess. So yeah, but I like the mechanics. It's a little repetitive over time, because, well, I guess it gets a little bit more interesting when you unlock more characters, which I just did, so that's cool. It's when you learn new skills and stuff like that. But up to this point, it started to get repetitive, like a few levels, since a few levels. This is not the start of the game, by the way. This is the second world or something. And yes, if you didn't notice, the starship looks like a Viking boat. It's the art style is very simple, but it's cute. Has a bunch of lovely things in it. I kind of like it. So yeah, overall, it's kind of cool. It's not super polished. The UI needs work. It's a little weird because, as mentioned, like, the game feels like an early access game. If this would be early access, I would recommend the shit out of it, or I would recommend waiting for it to release and then buy it because it's probably polished. But it doesn't seem to be early access. If it is, then I take this back. But from what I could tell from the store page, it isn't. And therefore, it doesn't really feel like a finished product. Yes, this is the beta version, but the game is supposed to release in September. A bunch of things can happen until then. I guess I'm gonna do a release report or something on this game, maybe, if I find the time. Because it feels like the developer actually wants to do more. And there's definitely work required. As mentioned, UI is weird by hiding information you need in certain situations. Again, I couldn't find anywhere to look up the skills of the heroes. In-game, I'm missing the damage skill. And yeah, it's a little strange. But overall, it feels interesting. The mechanics are interesting. It feels a little bit weirdly paced and a little bit repetitive, but I think, as mentioned, it gets a little better now. I wonder what this is, actually. I don't know. Some kind of portal. So, yeah, this seems to be the end of the level. We go to the moon next, I guess? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it's called Star Vikings. If you're interested in it, the link is in the description below. It's gonna release in September. I am TH Pine. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate your free time you're spending on watching my content. Have fun and see you next time.